My name is Fiona Nabasa Wall, Senior Counsel and past President, Uganda Law Society. I am also the Senior Partner, Nabasa and Company Advocate in Uganda, and the CEO of the League of East African Directors. Happy to be here, and I'm very excited at the launch of the Uganda Lawyers in UK chapter. This dream began early in 2019, just before I ran for president. We were speaking with the diasporan lawyers, Mr. and Mrs. Obura in particular, and we wanted to open up a chapter there because there is a lot of value that lawyers in the diaspora have to contribute to the local bar association, but also as representatives of the local bar in those other countries. And I'm very excited that this dream has come to fruition. Of course, COVID interfered with things, but there is a lot of businesses now with regionalization that are coming into Uganda from the UK. We want to see the active, I've also served as a member of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, want to see active participation of Ugandans in the diaspora. I want to congratulate you. Going forward, the only way to do business is through synergies. And the lawyers in the UK have a lot to contribute to the jurisprudence here, as we also do to the jurisprudence in the UK, with the growth of new practice areas like arbitration, competition law, antitrust, the technological, fourth industrial revolution, issues in cybersecurity. These are things that we have to work together to look at. But there's also a lot of developments because of the SCFTA, Uganda's pivotal role in the East African community, but also the fact that Uganda Airlines now has a direct flight to London, and all the connections that we have. There is so much that we can do to grow the business of the lawyers. I'm also happy to say that while I was president, the Uganda Law Council opened up for lawyers that had studied in Commonwealth jurisdictions, and now they can practice in Uganda. So these are some of the things and a lot more that we're going to look forward to the chapter in the UK working towards strengthening. But also there's a dream that Ugandan lawyers and UK-based Ugandan lawyers can have law firms where they're doing a lot of business online for various countries and various clients from different jurisdictions. There is a lot of collaboration. There are opportunities for arbitration. We use the London Centre of Arbitration a lot. We also have areas, for instance, like trade, competition law, foreign international relations. We have intellectual property, ICT, and the fourth industrial revolution. Those are areas and other developing areas that are coming up that are increasingly driving collaborations. In the UK, you have a lot of technology that runs your law firms that you could introduce here. You have a lot of also expertise and jurisprudence that you could share. And Uganda is also a budding market for growing jurisprudence and judicial activism that is creating some really interesting precedents that you could adopt. I remember when I became president in 2020, the BBC called me because they were amazed that half our council was women, and that time they didn't even have a president who was a female. And because of that, one of those things, we started challenging the bar in England to, in England and Wales. And as a result, we saw a lot of women, I think, that have headed the bar since. And we want to encourage this. We also have a lot of research that we could do between our bar associations. We worked with the International Bar Association to do research on gender issues in the Bar Association in Uganda. It would be interesting to see what that's like in the UK. But away from that, let's talk business. Let's look at things like adoption that has become a real problem. There's a lot of UK residents and citizens that would like to adopt children from Uganda, but it's been murky because there's no clarity in some of the processes. We need to work together. We have case issues that we could resolve together. We have arbitration cases. being a Commonwealth jurisdiction, there's a lot that happens in London that affects Uganda and vice versa. There's a lot of opportunities. The new National Development Plan and what is coming up for Vision 2040, the oil and gas exploration, these open up a lot of opportunities for us to coordinate and work together with the lawyers in the UK. So this is something that I look forward to doing, and also seeing how we can grow our practices so that we move away from just the basic traditional office setting to having virtual offices that can serve the globe. My final remarks is I want to thank the leadership for the opportunity to speak to you all. I wish I was there. I used to come there a lot for the Slaughter and May and the Allen and Overy Africa meetings. I think it will be exciting to have you invite us for events in London or in the US or in other diaspora where we are seeing lawyers meeting lawyers that are of African descent and are actually transacting business together.
My name is Simon Peter M. Chinove, Senior Counsel. I'm a partner with Otis Advocates and a past president of Uganda Law Society. I've also served government in several different capacities, and I hope I speak to you as a Ugandan-based lawyer, passionate about globalization, passionate about collaboration, and passionate about the growth of the legal business. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all our lawyers in the United Kingdom for this milestone. It's well overdue, and we welcome the UK Ugandan Lawyers Association with a lot of joy. We have a lot of expectations, and I'm hoping that you're excited about the venture yourselves. This association will help us leverage, first of all, on the experience in the United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom has a more developed jurisdiction, our system having come from there. So we hope to benchmark on how to improve our system in Uganda. This association will help us foster business relationships. A few years ago, Uganda passed a regulation where all business arising from Uganda is given to Ugandans, and then Ugandans look for the experience or expertise they need. This association will be very focal in helping us identify the relevant expertise and the people we can go to, especially from the association in regard to various business transactions. We look forward to strengthening collaboration between, first of all, the Uganda Law Society, the Ugandan Bar, with the UK Uganda Lawyers Association. The starting point for collaboration is, and I would like to thank you for inviting us for the launch. I want this collaboration to continue, and the way it continues is by UK lawyers attending our ULS annual general meeting, attending our ULS annual lawyers conference, because that's where the going concerns for Ugandan lawyers are discussed. We also have the East African Lawyers Fraternity, the East African Lawyers Association that started several years back, where we join with different bars from the East African region. As you may know, the East African region has now grown to encompass over 6 countries. And so that's a platform for business, but also a platform to understand the economy, the legal economy of the region and the area. So I'd like to encourage the members of the UK Ugandan Lawyers Association to take interest in the ULS activities, especially the Uganda Law Society AGM, the annual lawyers conference, which happens annually, and the East African Law Society AGM, which also happens once a year. We can no longer confine a lawyer to jurisdiction. This has become a global market, a global economy. And associations like the one you're starting go ahead in fostering this relationship of the global lawyer. Would like to encourage you to come to us whenever there is need, but also share experiences with us so that we learn from one another. Uganda is one of the fastest growing economies. The East African region has one of the fastest growing economies in Africa and is covered with a lot of business opportunity. From oil and gas, mining, environmental law, human rights, contract-based commercial transactions, Uganda is the place to be. And we hope that your association will strengthen this bond so that we can leverage experience, we can leverage knowledge, but also leverage business.
Greeting comrades, my name is Isiko Arthur, the Treasurer of Uganda Law Society, a member of the East African Law Society. I'm delighted to be part of the UK Uganda Association, an association that joins members of UK in the legal profession and members of Uganda in the legal profession. This is an association that will help us promote professional excellence, that will foster unity and collaboration, and therefore I call upon all people to partake and join this organization. I encourage leaders in the UK Uganda Bar Association to always involve Uganda Law Society, to always look out for Uganda Law Society and members of Uganda Law Society, so that we can share the legal knowledge that exists in both countries. In this way, we shall enable the growth and development of law in both nations. We encourage all members of the legal fraternity in all nations, UK in particular, to always embrace the jurisprudence and the dominion of our entity in promoting the issue of unity. My closing remarks are that we encourage the UK Bar Association to continue engaging with the Uganda Law Society to promote justice and fairness in administering law and rule of law. My closing remarks, I thank you all, the members of the UK Uganda Bar Association, for preparing this launch, for preparing this meeting that is going to enable lawyers sit and pave a way forward towards their destiny and unity.
I'll begin by congratulating the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association for making this bold move of agreeing to come together and associate and work together as a team. At the Uganda Law Society, we do welcome them. We are available and willing to support, to give any kind of support and any support they need from the Uganda Law Society. We are available under this radical new bar. We are just any moment they need any kind of discussions or any connections, any information they need from us, we are really ready to support them. And it's interesting that at this time the UK lawyers have decided to come up with this initiative, which is really welcome and the best way to work together as a team. The legal profession is really diverse, and it is important that people get to work together and get to use the connections they have. It's important that much as the UK lawyers from Uganda practice from the UK, they keep their roots, they have their connections back here at home. It goes an extra mile in strengthening the relationships and the business relationship they have both at home and abroad. I think it does not only benefit the lawyers practicing in the UK, but also the lawyers practicing here in Uganda. So it is really important to have those partnerships and associations with the colleagues who are abroad. Collaboration is a very important aspect in legal practice. We are now doing cross-border practice across. Recently at the East Africa Law Society event hosted here in Uganda, the annual conference, and among the discussions, it was about the opportunities that are beyond the borders, beyond Uganda. How can you benefit from other lawyers who are practicing outside? There's a lot of business for members, for lawyers that is really based outside Uganda. And even for UK or lawyers who practice from the UK, they can also leverage on the opportunity and still do practice here and have business here. They have connections with the Ugandan lawyers or people are practicing here. So I feel it's a great opportunity. It is a very good move that the UK lawyers have decided to come up with this initiative, which will help these collaborations and working together, both here in Uganda and in the UK. On behalf of the Uganda Law Society, the membership council of Uganda Law Society and the Secretariat. We do appreciate this move, and we do welcome the UK Uganda Lawyers Association to come work with us, to come and seek any opportunities that there might be within our profession in Uganda. And personally, I'm excited about this. I know it's going to bring a lot of opportunities, a lot of collaborations with not just Ugandan lawyers who are based in the UK, but also other lawyers out there. And this will be, it will add a lot of meaning to the collaborations we've been having, we've been trying to have specifically in building businesses for Ugandan lawyers or members of the Uganda Law Society. So I call upon the UK Uganda Lawyers Association members to also come and take part in the ULS activities, because they benefit them a lot as an association and as individuals.
I'm Margaret Mutonyi, a judge of the High Court, the Court of Judicature in Uganda. I'm attached to the Criminal Division of the High Court. I'm a focal judge for juvenile justice. I'm also the chairperson of the Committee of Visitors in our National Rehabilitation Center in the Kampiringisa. I'm also a pastor, yes, a pastor in Sunny Christian Center Church. When I got this message, I got excited. So distinguished guests and fellow lawyers, I'm honored to be a part of this momentous occasion of launching the UULA. Much as I'm miles and miles away, it marks a significant milestone in your collective journey as legal professionals in the UK. I believe that UULA is going to unite and empower you. The association will definitely foster collaboration, knowledge sharing, and mutual support amongst you as professional lawyers in the UK. Congratulations upon this milestone. As lawyers, we are guardians of justice and defenders of human rights and leaders in our society. It is therefore important that UULA and Uganda Law Society here in Uganda can harness collective strength to make a positive difference. UULA and Uganda Law Society can work together in the following areas that I find need that collaboration. One, they can support pro bono services and access to justice through legal aid. In Uganda here, our legal aid support system is not very good. So I believe the two associations can work together and improve on pro bono services. Two, they can foster mentorship and networking opportunities. Lawyers from the UK can have mentorship here in Uganda, mentorship programs, because I know we have challenges in those lawyers from the UK, especially those who are trained from the UK to come and practice here in Uganda. We have that challenge. So through UULA and a collaboration of UULA and the Uganda Law Society, I believe they can influence they can influence our law. They can influence our law society here. They can influence our policies here, so that those who are trained from the UK through mentorship, they can easily enroll to practice in Uganda here, because we have challenges with the law council. I believe they know, the people I'm talking to are aware of this. They have challenges with the law council. Unless you have done your postgraduate diploma, they back us here at LDC. It becomes very difficult for them to join legal practice. So through their collaboration, they can foster that mentorship program and help our lawyers who are studying from the UK and elsewhere. And I believe that with these two, they can easily work together. I also feel that together, Uganda Law Society and UULA can advocate for policy reforms and law reform, given the emerging trends, in the legal profession, like we are now having issues of artificial intelligence. We are having issues of cyber crime, cyber security. We are having issues of wellness and mental health. Those are issues where the two associations can come together and harness how we can improve in those areas, and we promote the global legal network. So members of UULA should not have challenges surely to practice here in Uganda. Okay, with the launch of UULA, I'm looking forward to establishment of a very good collaboration with Uganda Law Society, improved professionalism and integrity, and I only wish the best. I wish you the best. I wish UULA the best, and pray for you to fulfill your objectives. I believe every association has its own objectives. I'm looking forward to seeing you fulfill your objectives.
Well, first of all, congratulations to the conveners and organizers of this event, but more importantly, the conveners and organizers of the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association. With unity, you cannot definitely fail. And as you may all know, working together will give you strength. So, I'm sure many of the people who are there can quite understand Luganda, or at least we'll be able to translate for them. There's a Uganda saying that goes, Agali awamu, gigalume nyama. Loosely translated, teeth put together are the ones that can bite off the meat. You try and bite off meat using your lower jaw or your upper jaw alone. You need to put them together. So I'm really honored and privileged to have had this opportunity to speak to you at this, on this occasion. But as you start out as lawyers, because we'll be speaking to a group of lawyers, I want to leave you with 4 very important qualities to make a good lawyer. 1, integrity. Please ensure that whatever you do at all times, you do it with integrity. Secondly, honesty. Everyone may say, what is it that makes you think that there's a difference between integrity and honesty? You need to go and look at that. Third, hard work. Nothing comes easy. And fourth, mutual respect. As you come together as a group of different people, you come from different backgrounds, you have different strengths, and the reason you come together is to be able to benefit from the strengths of other people. Where you're weak, you can get the strength of another person to cover you on that. But remember always, a chain is as strong as its weakest link. So therefore, in this association, I hope and pray that you'll carry everyone along and ensure that everyone is benefiting and everyone is assisted to become better. What we all know as the easiest way to collaborate is sharing clients. That's what we lawyers know. That you give me a client, I give you a client, I refer a client to you, refer a client to me, and that's the business of it. But I want to encourage you to do 2 more things. Realizing that we have gone into a great deal of globalization right now. The world is an open space. We are working on email, on WhatsApp, on the web, everywhere, everything is available to us. So the most important thing is sharing knowledge and sharing experiences. So if the members of the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association want to participate in the growth of the profession in Uganda, please come along and share with the Ugandan lawyers. Share the knowledge that you have. Share the experiences, because with that, you will get better lawyers and you will get a better profession and therefore get a better judicial process. I can only wish you the very best. Wish that this which you have started today will grow and grow to greater strength. Will create the bridge between Uganda and the UK. I must tell you that what you're doing is what government is supposed to do, and we thank you very much for that, because that you're doing the ambassadorial work for this country. So as you go out there as UK Ugandan lawyers, I will request you to learn more about Uganda, Make sure that you tell people about the beauty of Uganda. Encourage them to visit Uganda as a beautiful destination for holidays. Our tourism is spot on, and we encourage you to also come home and visit as often as possible. I thank you all for listening to me. For God and my country.